Hi, welcome to the Boardshop Surfboard review. Today we're looking at a new Firewire board, the Carbo Hydro. You'll probably recognise the kind of outline, the template, because it is like the bastard son of the sweet potato and the baked potato, with a bit more zip and performance thrown in. So let's have a quick look at it first. Heaps of volume through the middle of the board, running nicely into the nose, which means lots of easy paddling power and wave catching. Relatively low entry nose rocker with a little bit more flip in the nose than you get on the baked potato, and then pretty flat through the rest of the board and out the tail. Single concave into pretty aggressive double concave, kicking in about here to line up with the fin positioning and also where the rails harden up a bit. So you can already see it's a board with a lot of drive, a lot of lift and speed, and a lot of pivot. You'll also notice that the rail outline is a bit straighter than either the sweet or the baked potato. So all this means is that if you're looking for a groveler type board, but you're a decent surfer, used to surfing off the back foot and driving the board, the Carbo Hydro is something that you should definitely consider. It's got all the wave catching and paddling power of a baked potato, but it's got a bit more zip, but it's a bit more lively, a bit more skittish, and so a little bit harder to handle. Hence, you need to be a little bit of a better surfer to get the best out of it. Now, wave-wise, it's going to work in anything from like just below waist to shouldery type high. And because of the more aggressive rail profile and because of the little step down in the tail, it's actually got quite a lot more bite and hold than you might imagine for a groveler type board like this. So that means it'll deal with steeper or punchier or better conditions better than, say, a baked potato or sweetwood. It lends itself really well to good, punchy, smallish waves. If you're thinking of serving something in complete mush and complete rubbish, then give the Carbo Hydro a miss, because it's not really about that kind of thing. It's small wave, like I said, up to shoulder high, but good performance for a decent surfer. It's a nice looking board. It's not for everybody. As I said, you've got to be able to surf off the back foot, because the drive is going to come from the back of the board. It won't flow quite like a sweet potato does in mushy conditions. It needs that little bit more push than those boards do. We're offering it in futures as well as FCS2, and it's online in a variety of sizes right now, and it's a really nice addition to that Firewire range for the guy who's looking for something a bit more than your standard potato-y type design. As I said, it's online right now. There's not many in stock, so if you do fancy having a look at one, or you've got any questions, get online, drop us an email or what have you. And don't forget, interest-free finance, trade in your old board, all those things are still available. And because we've been asked so much, we've got one here packed up as it comes out of the factory with Firewire's pretty revolutionary eco packaging. So all this stuff here is recycled, and it is a great way of giving the board good protection for when we send it out. Also, when the board arrives with you, you can keep hold of this stuff, and if you're traveling by air or what have you and you need more protection, this stuff really gives rail, nose and tail protection. I forget what Firewire called it, some kind of eco thing, but it's very effective and it really does work. So there we are, the Carbo Hydro. It's in the TimberTech technology. Really good board for small, more powerful waves for a decent surfer.